I was saying in some of my earlier videos that there's this area in the backcountry that I want to explore and eventually build some kind of little backcountry cabin. And I thought this video would be an easy win to show you the area and the beauty. So last year, I've I've been living on the island for about almost 10 years now, and I've done a lot of different backcountry trips. Sometimes chartering planes or taking boats, but this area was the first time. When we had talked about this bachelor trip that we were doing here, we talked about going to a different area, but a lot of us kept looking because we were looking for surf. We kept looking on Google Maps at this one area up north here where there's like a hook where you can anchor the boat, but then you can hike to a surf spot, to a point break. And we all convinced our wives to let us go for my buddy here's Nate's bachelor party. So there was 5 of us, and a couple went in first with the boat and kind of took a longer route, and a few of us came down these logging roads and got picked up a bit closer to the spot. But it was in May, and it was very stormy, and we ended up not making it to the spot that we were intending to go because you had to go out into the open ocean, and it was like a long trip to get in there, and people were tired and kids were tired, and so we tucked into this little beautiful island, and we're chilling out, like just like fishing a bit, and I don't know how to fish. Here's me like trying to jig off the bottom, and we were drinking beers and playing with the kids, and it's super cool, like white sand beach, and having a fire, and like having this little like tarp sauna, and but I just like really wanted to get to the spot. I really want to just have a look at it, get my eyes on it, right? This surf spot. And it's like I spent so much time staring at Google Maps that I just had to see it. And I asked my buddy Nate, like, because I just know sometimes the weather pattern, like I feel like I know what's going to happen because I've spent so much time surfing and exploring and being on the coast. But often what happens is there's wind, and then overnight the wind dies down. The mornings are calm, and then as the sun comes out, the wind picks up again. So I asked Nate if he'd take us over early in the morning, and he didn't want to because he didn't want to wake up his son super early, and that was fair. But I was like, can we borrow the dinghy to go for it? And he was fine with it. I'm not sure how he really felt on the inside about it. But so in the morning, my buddy Tom and I, we woke up super early, and we shot the bay in this 10-foot dinghy, and it was like sizable swell. Like, I don't know, it might have been 4 or 5 foot, some of the like swell ripping through there. And so anyway, we wake up early in the morning, we jump in the dinghy, we're heading across, and we got to make it through the bay to this one island where we're protected, and then we can fill up the jerry can again, and then we shoot the rest of the other. There's like 2 bays, so we shoot the next bay, and we make it into this area where the hook is, and then it's just so incredibly beautiful. Like, you have these big mountains, you have like this emerald colored bay, and it somewhere in that area I'd really like to put some kind of cabin or a tree fort or something. And so we hike in, and it takes a while for us to find the route. There is a bit of a rough trail in this area, and we hiked in, and there was like a little creek crossing, and we saw like fresh wolf tracks, which is pretty cool. And there's this feeling out there. It's like nothing else, like in pure nature. And you feel I feel so alive out there and so connected. And like everything is there for you if like to survive, if you needed to, if you have the knowledge to live like that. And there's this amazing reef too, right off the point, which it looks like a dragon spine. And so it looks like there'd be like good fishing there. And there is like this creek that comes out of the beach, like it comes up as a spring, so it's like fresh water. And so we hike out to it, but we're at the wrong tide for the surf, and it was stormy anyway, and that's fine. Like, this is just a research and development trip, and that's what you got to do sometimes. You just got to go out there and you got to lay your eyes on it. But you can definitely see with the surf that there has a lot of potential. When the water fills in and comes up on this reef, you can tell that there's going to be like a reeling point break wave. And it's so cool. Off this point, you can see like 90 kilometers, 100 kilometers kind of in both directions, like 50 kilometers one way, 50 kilometers the other, and you can see the whole coast. And it's actually the old village site. And you could see why the village site would be there. Like, you have this vantage point. You could see so much. So if they're hunting whales or whatever, they can see anything in the bay, or they can see different tribes coming. And really, really cool. Really super neat spot. And walking back, there's found an eagle feather. That always feels like a little omen to me. Like, I don't know, I like it. And so, this area, it felt really so special to me. And there's some other areas that my buddies really like to go to, and they think it's more beautiful, but maybe it is. It's kind of like the other spots. Some of them have mythos, like Everest, but this one has soul, and it's less known. People don't know the name when you say it. They have no idea. And a lot of the other people, you say the name and people know what it is. And when I was talking to the water taxi person, they were retiring. And so unless somebody picks up that job, there's just less and less people there, which feels amazing to be able to disconnect from people and from the city. And so this year we're going back in May, but going back with the families. We're renting a cabin, there's a fishing lodge, floating fishing lodge, not too far away. So we're gonna go back and do some more research and development, bring the families in, Nate's family and his kids will come, my wife and kids will come, and our buddy Mike is likely to come. And I want to explore more of it. And there's these old logging roads, and I'm trying to figure out how to map that all out, because I don't want to always have to rely on my friend Nate's boat. I'd like to be able to get there myself. So there's you get to this one boat launch that's about 5 hours from Victoria, and then from there there's about 30 or 40 kilometers of logging road where you get to a fjord. And then from that spot there's about a 2 kilometer, if you have a little dinghy or something, passage of an inlet. And from there there's a 7 kilometer logging road, that old logging road that gets you to the anchorage spot. So I want to map all this stuff out. I see in Google Maps that there's an old cabin, and I'd like to see if it's abandoned, because maybe I'd fix that up. And out here there's there's people have cabins and they just leave them unlocked, and whoever's around can use them. So that's how I'd do it if I fixed up a cabin that's out there, or if I built like a little bushcraft kind of tree fort. I'll just leave it open, leave a notebook. If anyone sleeps in it, they can just write a little note. So this is me introducing you to this little spot that we are developing. And yeah, I just like felt welcomed when I was just by the land there, if that makes any sense. I just felt like it wanted us. It was cool with us being there. Well, that's about all I got to say. So like, comment, subscribe. Toodaloo.